My name is Zach Lumpkin, and I'm here to present a proposal on some new upgrades at our livestock facility here at Southeast High School. Um, well, we've been very fortunate here over the last few years to have tremendous success. We've got a lot of students really, really active, a lot of students that have got great three-ring models of the ag education program. And kind of the title of this is Growing Leaders Through Our SAE Programs. So the current facilities we have here at our school, we have a 1,200 square foot school barn. It was built with some contributions from the county and some grants that we got. It's currently got 18 pens. Right now we've got 12 students that have show goat projects in there. They'll be there through February, and then we'll be adding 12 to 15 more show pigs in October. This is how our most active students are more involved with us. This is what they do to be able to be more involved. Most of our students do not have places at home, and we'll kind of touch on that later. I guess the biggest thing with our school barn right now is it's not climate controlled. There's no heater way of really heating it. There's no way of really cooling it, so it gets really miserable out there. It is nice. It's a concrete facility. We've got pens that we've made. We do the best we can with what we got. So why are we even talking about showing livestock? So this is the three-ring model that we pride ourselves on in ag education. It all starts in the classroom, obviously. We have a huge animal science program here. Most of our students are interested in animal science pathways. That carries over with FFA. This year we were the Area 1 premier chapter in animal science. We had third in the state livestock judging contest, third in the state poultry contest, among other contests where we did really, really well. And then I guess the last part of that and what we're going to concentrate on today is SAEs, and that's the work-based learning, the implementation of the projects where these students actually take what they learn in class and kind of apply that. It's really good for us to have that facility here because our students that are in class that normally don't get to see livestock are out there getting to see it, and that really helps too. Why do we need this facility here at Southeast? So most of our students in our community do not live on a farm. We have a very small percentage that are living on farms. We're a very industrialized area, a lot of carpet, a lot of students that just live in houses, single family houses that don't have land with them. And this is their only way of being able to show livestock or be around livestock. This is a hands-on learning experience for classes, trimming feet, giving shots, weighing livestock, just getting the students around it. And I think it's a huge way of engaging students by getting our students out in the barns and letting them see what we're doing and seeing these students out working hard, not just sitting at home. It's a big deal for us. So what else? Why else do we need another barn? So we've added a third teacher. They'll be starting in July here. Last year we had 2 teachers. We had 30 livestock projects. I project that to raise by probably 10 to 15 moving into the next year. And as I was saying earlier, we're already out of space. We only have room for 6 pigs, and we've got way more interest than that. So come October, we're going to be running into a situation where we don't have enough facilities. We are having tremendous success within our animal science industry, and I feel like that's something that is going to continue. We have a lot of interest, maybe some other different kinds of livestock eventually, but right now it is a goat and a market hog project, and we've had some interest in possibly bringing in some kind of showing some heifers or dairy heifers or something like that. Other counties around us do have really nice animal science facilities, and it all started with Union County and Blairsville. They probably had the first big one. It's a huge show arena, very nice classroom space, got a place to house livestock in the back that's separate from everywhere else. They can lock off. Gilmer County is kind of the model for everything. I feel like in this area, theirs combines a canning plant with a show arena, and then also a facility for tie-outs for livestock. Then they have their own separate grow-out facility that's across the way from it. Fannin County kind of follows suit in Gilmer and Pickens. They've all kind of done the same thing. These are $4 to $6 million facilities they've added, and that there are some huge advantages to those. But Murray County may have the one that's most compared to what our chapter needs. It's a small working area where the students can practice their livestock. It's a climate controlled area that they can raise their livestock in. It does have a show facility, but nothing outrageously crazy. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. some of the advantages those other students have in those other chapters. I've mentioned climate control a lot of times. It's 88 degrees outside right now. Our barn's in the upper 90s. The livestock's obviously too hot. We're running fans. We've got it opened up. We're doing all we can do, but we cannot compete with people that have got fans moving, constant air movement for the livestock and cool air. In the wintertime, it's a whole different situation. They're going to keep these pigs at 50, 60 degrees. We're subject to the weather. So last year when it was 10 degrees, our livestock was down in the zeros. We did all we can do, but it's just simply those animals aren't growing like they need to, and it's a lot of extra work on these students. We do not have an arena for hosting shows or practicing, and practicing is the bigger thing. I don't care if we host a show, but our students do not have a covered facility where they can go work their livestock and prepare themselves to go into a show ring. We also don't have storage. The students make the best they can, but we have no extra room. Our facility is 1,200 square foot, and it takes every bit of that up. And then again, I mentioned constant air movement again, but we just don't have a way of moving air through the barn and keeping these animals cool and keeping fresh air in there for them. So all these things add up. They have a wash rack, these other facilities. We don't have a wash rack. In the wintertime, we use the greenhouse, but we've got a pretty good situation going on with our plants, and that makes it a little tough, but we have to do what we have to do. So a lot of other advantages from these other facilities and these other chapters. So what is my suggestion? What am I coming to the board? What am I wanting from y'all? What do I think that we could use to make us better? So I've got two options. I've got an option where we build a 15 to 20 pen arena, kind of open barn, kind of like a pole barn situation. We would do this using our ag mechanics class. I estimated 20 to 25,000, all said and done with pens and everything. That includes some storage area for the students, a practice arena up front, making it where maybe not right now, but we could add a wash rack later on where these students have a place to wash their livestock. And then an open pole barn design is something we've kind of talked about. We start talking about what it would look like. That facility would look like just an open area. We still wouldn't be able to control climate. So 20 to 25,000. Then I talked about the Murray facility, 15 to 20 pens, air movement, climate control, practice arena. So I go back to what these other chapters have got. I talked about the Murray facility there. That's probably comparable to what we need. $250,000 probably is on the upper end. It don't have to be extravagant. Okay. But I would like something where our students can go in there in the winter and can be with their livestock on the coldest days. I want to be able to take our students in there in the wintertime and it not be miserable and be able to still teach. And I think those are things that we can't do now that we really need to be able to do. Do we need a Gilmer County? Do we need a Fannin? Do we need a Union? Do we need a Pickens? Probably not. Probably not. We probably are not that school. They've got one school in the chapter, and it's honestly, I don't think that's us. But do we need a Murray County? Do we need a Walker County where we have a place to house our livestock? And I think that's absolutely necessary. I go back to the growth, and I think it's important to understand that we're continuing to grow. If we topped out, we're probably getting pretty close. But I want to make sure that we always have our students in mind, and I think that. I think we can come up with about half on donations on the pole barn area. I think between our FFA funds and what I've already heard from members of the community committee, we can probably get that one done. The $250,000, we're going to have help from the county. We're going to have some donations. I think if we could get the yes on we can do this and get our architect to draw it up, which is the first step, I think it would be very, very wise. So what would I like to do at leaving this meeting? I really like y'all to sign of you to come to Murray County with me and look at it. Me set up a visit with a young farmer teacher, walk in there, let him show us what all's going on, kind of talk about it, pros and cons of what he's got, and see if we can build from that. I think it would be something that if we can get some folks to look at it, be above that. If it's a yes, then we probably need to get the architect to draw us up something and get us kind of a cost analysis versus us doing our own pole barn. So hopefully this is something we can kind of move forward with. I appreciate your time. I think our students deserve it. I think our school deserves it. If there's any other questions or anybody would like to get with me about a tour, I think it'd be awesome for us to go see those facilities. And again, I value your time and I appreciate you coming in today and let me kind of share with you why I think that we are able to grow and maybe need a new facility at our school.